Yeah, we're here in the village of Gelding. We started training pointed pointers in 2005. We have probably 55 stables here. We have an hour of gallop, a schooling strip, 2 horse walkers. Our line of business is mostly buying and selling pointers, made up of probably 35 to 44-year-olds. A few older horses left over and maybe a half dozen for the track. Our business mainly is buying and selling, buying as 3-year-olds and selling as 4-year-olds. That's our main business. We have a 5 furlong uphill gallop. It's here on the bottom of Gelding Hill, and we've trained an average of probably 15 to 20 winners each season since then, I'd say. And we would have sold Shantou-Cool Paddy in the early days. He won a grade 1 for Paul Nolan. Snowy Morning was my first winner. He won about 6 or 7. He was second in the Hennessy. He was third in the Grand National. He won a couple of listed chases. I don't even a graded chase. More recently we have Western War Horse. He won the Arkle for David Pipe. He won a point in Abalog. Yet the Drew's nephew, he was going by Lisher's Grand National. He fell. He won a couple of graded chases. Ballyalton won a point in Bulta. He was second to Fine in Cheltenham 2 years ago. Out of last year's point there's a horse called Mystical Night. He won 2 points. He went to Rebecca Curtis. He won a bumper by 20 lengths, we'll say, a week ago. You have a horse, a Martline horse that won a point in Galway, won a hurdle for one Greatrix a month ago. West End Story, he fell going to win probably the first day and got brought down the second day. Mick Fitzgerald bought him in Philip Hobbs. He won a bumper at Stephen's Day. The Tailgater was bought out here without a run. He won a bumper for John Joe about 5 weeks ago. And Paul Nolan bought a nice horse called Crazy Heart in Cheltenham at the festival sales last year, and he was second in a maiden hurdle in Wexford, and he hasn't ran since. He's a nice horse, he should go on to. There's between 10 and 12 of us here, we'll say, are working. Brendan Walsh, head man. Then we have amateurs. We have Barry O'Neill, Rob James, David Cogley. Then we have Charlie Swan. So, Dermot Swan's his proper name. Dermot Swan, Matthew Byrne, Craig Casey, Barty, and then we have 4 lads coming the weekend: Sean and Dennis Axon, Kenny O'Connor, and Peter Kavanagh. When we go to the sales, we'll be looking for a bit of size, a bit of scope, a good athletic horse. It's important to have a fashionable sire, because if you win your point and you go to sales and you don't have a fashionable sire, you won't get paid. So it's either the old reliable Shantou, Flemingsford, Oscar, or a young sire coming up maybe. It's just that if you win a point with a horse that is not fashionable sire, you just won't get paid. I'd say we buy maybe 15 to 20 in the Land Rover and Goffs. We get maybe 10 or 12 in the Derby, and we go to DBS. with the exchange rate, they're probably expensive, but maybe 3 or 4 out of DBS. We'd get back from the sales lar, we would give him a gallop, make sure the winding arm was okay, and we would jump him on the lunge for maybe 3 weeks or a month, and then we go drive him and we ride him off for probably 3 to 4 weeks, let him back out to grass and get him back then probably middle to end of September. The gallop is a big asset to me here. We can get horses fit without doing a lot of fast work. Just build them up and build them up. We don't, touch wood, we're lucky we don't get any injuries with legs or tendons, and it's just they seem to be able to recover after a race. It's a big plus to the, it's a big plus. We concentrate an awful lot on jumping here. You can have a very fit horse and travel, but if you make mistakes, you won't win point of points. You need to have a horse to the stage where he just goes down and sticks in a short one himself. It takes an awful lot out of a horse to keep making mistakes. We do an awful lot of jumping here from the time we bring him back from the sales, loose lunging to schooling to hurdles to fences. Maybe our horses would probably have to jump in the region of 200 or 300 fences before they run the point to point. If they all getting fit at one time, we have to juggle a bit, and we go to the north on a Saturday. We could race local, we could go in Cork. If we had a few together, we'd have to organise Barry go one place and Rob would go the other. We'd have one on a Saturday and maybe one in Cork on a Sunday and maybe one local or Wexford. We have to just juggle when the horses are fit and ready to go. We just have to get out there and get them racing. Most of the business would be done in Cheltenham, at the sales, Doncaster, the Irish Goffs of the sale of Punchestown. We sell a few in it every year. You would sell maybe 9 or 10 maybe at home every year, but it's gone that most of them are sold now in the sale. We're after having a good fall, touch wood, and we have 9 winners, a couple of sold private. We have 2 sold in Cheltenham. One was sold in the November. Brian Ellison bought him. He made 75 sterling. He won his point to point in Tinnahealy. He was second first, and then won his point to point in Tinnahealy. And we have a horse called Colin Bowe. It was sold the last day. He won in Lisrona. He's gone to Willie Mullins. High Flyer bought him. He made 100 sterling. Hopefully they go on and to be nice horses. We have a Flemingford out of Shantou-Cool, which would be a half sister of Jazz Messenger. He came out of the Derby. He's a big horse with maybe 16-2. Maybe a bit backward. He's very big. He jumps well. He's a big Scorpion horse by Flemingford. He might take a bit of time, but he's another nice horse. We have a nice Milan horse there. He came out of Pretty Impressive by Milan. He came out of the Land Rover. And he was about 28,000. He's a nice horse with 16-2. Good mover, athletic horse. Wouldn't have the strongest pedigree, but a nice athletic horse. And we have a nice Germany horse. He's about 16-2. He was unsold in the Land Rover. We only have him about a month, I'd say. He was pre-trained and did a few hunter trials. Lovely big easy horse, jumps well. With a very good pedigree. He's out of an own sister, the Master of the Hall, and Featherband Lane, and his pair of brown eyes in the second dam. He won over Christmas for Barry Murphy. By Great Stallion. He's about 16-2. Just a nice horse. He goes well. There's a nice Oscar horse that came out of the Derby sale. Cab on Targus in the pedigree. He's a black horse with 16-1. He'll be an early one. I'd say he'll run in the first couple of weeks. A nice black horse with 16-1. We have a nice 5-year-old. He's by Racti out of a half sister of our Conors. He's 5. He put up a splint last year. He's taking a bit of time. He's a nice horse with 16-2. He'll probably run in the spring as well. Okay. Next we have an Oscar. He came out of Land Rover. He's about 16-1 again. Nice bit of a horse. Plenty of winners in the pedigree. Jumps very well. Another forward type. He will run in the first part of the season as well. Next is a Shantou. He came out of the Land Rover. He's about 16-1, maybe 16-1.5. He'd be a forward type horse. He's a nice pedigree. He has he's the second name is Butler's Cabin, and he's a pistol, and he's nice horse with a bit of looks to have a bit of gears. Next we have a Scorpion, horse with nice pedigree, maybe a light bit of a horse, about 16-1. He is a helper to Village Vic, which is going well this year. He's after winning his last 3. He won 2 in Cheltenham this year so far. Nice horse, going the right way. We also have a nice athletic 16-2 Goldwell. They came out of the August sale. He's a helper with a great endeavour. He jumps well, good attitude, nice racy horse. Next we have a King's Theatre, belonged to John Allen. He's an over half sister Minora. John has a lot of big fan of King's Theatres. He's at the selling a lot of good horses. This fella goes well. He's very big. He's about 16-3, jumps well. Maybe he'll take a bit of time, but nice horse. John also has a Cave Tara here. He's a black top mare to 1-6. You will name it in a minute. He's about 16-3. He'll be a back end horse, but a nice horse with a good attitude. Now we have a getaway, belonged to Walter Conor. This will be the first of the getaways. He's a nice horse, about 16-1. Quality horse. He's from the family of Full Contact, Full Ambition, Javol. He'll be an early one. He'll probably run in the first 3 weeks to the month of the season, which is about 6 weeks away, and hopefully he goes well. We have a presenting filly out of Smooching. She's a presenting filly. She came out of the DBS. She's about 16-2. Looks like a gelding, loads of strength. Will run early. Seems to have a bit of gears. Nice filly. We have a Stowaway, nice horse. He got 1 run last year. I got a quiet run. He'll run now in the next month or 6 weeks. He's a helper by Stowaway. He's a helper to I'm a Zulu too. But 16-2 again, good moving, nice horse. We have a nice Markline. He came out of DBS. He's about 16-1. He's a forward type. He's a helper to 6 winners, maybe more of a hurdle type horse. He jumps well, good attitude, and goes well. We have a Yates horse. He's a helper to maybe 5 or 6 winners. The best horse in the pedigree would be Zandyman. He's a 16-2. He came out of the Land Rover. He's an early type. He'll run in the first couple of months. He'll run probably in March, I'd say. We also have 4 fillies for Harry Kavanagh, the same owner as Little King Robin. A presenting out of Bob's Display. Bob's Display won 3 or 4 arrests for Colin Murphy. We have another King's Theatre filly, which from the family of Prominent Profile. We also have another King's Theatre filly out of Golden Flower. She's a half sister to Boy Chuck, and they'll all go for 4-year-old mares maidens later on. And he also has a King's Theatre filly out of a winning half sister of Nolan's. She's a 5-year-old. She'll run in the mares maiden in the spring. We have also presenting out a full brother to a horse called 1060 that won a bumper for Philip Hobbs. He's in the second round of Snoopy Loopy, Sam Adams, Royal Signature. This horse is about 16-3, maybe 17 hands. We'll probably give him a bit of time. He goes well, he jumps well. He's a big weak horse. We'll probably give him a bit of time. We have a lovely bunch of horses here. They're nice horses. Hopefully, if they stay sound and healthy, we'll have a good season, and maybe hopefully there'll be a star or two among them, and we'll be able to go on and buy a few more for next year.